Hello, and welcome to our lesson today, where we are studying temperate forest and grassland biomes. Again, to our beautiful diagram, we see the word temperate here. So it is between hot and cold and can be ranging from wet to dry. Here we have a temperate forest, not as green and lush as the rainforest. Temperate grassland, not as dry looking as a savanna. And we have our desert, which is still pretty sandy with very dry soil, but still has some plant life. So the word temperate here, we might be able to find the key to keeping life in dry or wet areas consistently. Definition: temperate, a moderate climate, one that does not go into extremes. So Illinois has a temperate climate because we do not go from negative 60 degrees in winter to 110 degrees in summer just automatically. It tends to gradually change. It's seasonal. And speaking of seasonal, we have a cycle of consistent weather patterns. So in Illinois, we have the four seasons: fall, winter, spring, and summer. The Arctic has a cold season and a growing season, but that doesn't make it temperate. Remember, it's very gradual as we go from one temperature to another. When we think about the word here, extremes, that's it's much quicker. So some climates, you might have a really hot day and then an extremely cold evening. This is prominent in deserts, where you might have a 110-degree day, but then a negative 30-degree night. Temperate usually means the temperature gradually goes up and gradually goes down. A temperate forest. Temperate forests are usually seasonal forests with diverse plant and animal life. They're divided into two groups: evergreen and deciduous. Here's the features of a deciduous forest: moist, warm summers and frigid winters. North America, Asia, and North Europe all have temperate forests. As we can see in our packet, we actually have a large portion of our country being part of the temperate forests. Summer temperature is usually between 75 and 86 degrees, varying by specific locations. And winter it can get less than 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and we have about 30 to 60 inches of rain per year. Here is an image. In a temperate climate, because we're seasonal, we all experience autumn, and here is an image of various different types of trees that are used to growing in a temperate environment experience autumn. Beautiful. Here's a grassland, which can be temperate. We saw it was temperate within our pyramid. A plain, which is a flat land with few bumps, dominated by seemingly endless grass. Usually there are no trees or tall shrubs. So there's various types of grasses, not just what we're used to seeing. As we saw in our savanna here, the grass was very yellowish, and here it's very green and tall. And notice in the savanna, it's also kind of short grass, whereas in the grassland, it's much taller. It could probably reach all the way up to 4 feet tall, probably higher. And grasslands are usually seen between the extremes, like I was saying, going from one temperature to another really quickly. We can find them between forests and deserts. The African savanna is a type of grassland, and North America. So Illinois used to be mainly prairie and grassland until we pulled all the prairie grass out to make farming. Grasslands also tend to be used for grazing, but they may be prone to droughts and wildfires because they're between all these extremes. So that's why when we hear about all these wildfires coming up, it's because the grass is so dry it catches fire. The average temperature can get between over 100 degrees in summer, but below zero in winter. Again, because it's between these extreme environments. And the annual rainfall in the extremes, it can get below 17 inches a year to almost 80 inches a year because of those extremes. And here is an image of a grassland. Not too many different plants or shrubs. We see a little tree here, but it's mainly flat with grass. And that is the end of today's unit. So this is your general information. Again, you're going to find different types and different locations, and I look forward to see what you have in your packets at the end of the week. Stay happy.